Good evening. Welcome to Monday, April 8th, Planning Commission meeting. Roll call. Emma. Here. Johnson. Here. Yasmin, I'm here. Fox. Here. And Novak is absent. Can I get a motion for approval of the agenda?
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Moved by Emma, second by Fox. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Can I get a approval of the minutes for February 12th?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Johnson, second by Fox. All in favor?
Aye.
Next is public input. Nobody signed up for public input, so we'll skip that. Okay, we've got two public hearings tonight. The first one is for variance for Alex Patsis. All right. Zach, you want to just go over that a little bit, and then I'll open up the hearing.
Good evening, Commission. We have 3 items on the agenda tonight. A variance by the property owner of 5 Water Street East for reduction to the side yard setback requirement in the R2 zone. The side yard setback in that zone is 5 feet, accommodating an attached garage. Just got a little backstory I know Alex will speak to as well, but currently the applicant's garage is approximately a foot over the property line. He's asking for a 4-foot variance, so once he rebuilds, the new garage will sit about a foot off the property line. Due to the nature of his property, city staff are recommending approval of this variance. His lot is only about 60 feet wide, and this is kind of exactly what the variance is used for. It's practical hardship that's out of the homeowner's control, so he's here to answer any questions, but yeah, please share any comments.
Also, right now I'm going to open up the public hearing to consider the variance for Alex. Is there any public comment?
Yes, like to say a few words.
Sure.
Basically, we're just. Sorry about that. Basically, we're just trying to make the best of what our garage is. When we moved in, we were made aware of the property line issue right when we moved in. The neighbor to the east, which it affects, he signed an easement at the time of move in to make sure that he was okay with it and not like he was going to make us tear it down right when we moved in. Essentially, the garage is in really, really poor shape. The back of the roof is sagging. It's to the point where every snowfall I'm scraping off snow because I'm nervous that it's going to collapse. It's already somewhat of a narrow garage. It's roughly 22 feet on the outside wide. So if we lost the full 5 feet, we'd be down to 17 feet, which is nowhere near wide enough for a 2-car garage. We're just trying to make it as best as possible, basically. We're not trying to build some giant monstrosity on the side of the house. Basically just trying to make it work to be a 2-foot, or to be a 2-car garage. The neighbor, I've talked to him many times. We get along great with him, and he's all for it. He's actually mentioned that I should just build it the way it is, but I said, no, I want to do it right and go through the proper steps. So that's why I'm here. And I'd love to answer any questions as far as that goes.
Okay, and that's still Steve Townsend, right?
Yes. Thank you.
So the new garage you would build is actually not as wide as the existing one?
We're gonna get, yeah, we'd have to get smaller, because obviously, I understand completely that we can't be on the property line, and so we're basically on it right now. So, losing 5 feet, we'd be down to 17 feet on the outside of the garage. Honestly, I'm just looking for whatever's best as possible. Standard 2-car garage is 16 foot wide, and then you need some room on each side of that.
Okay, so you will be able to, if we give the variance, have a narrow two-car garage.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It'd still be a narrow two-car garage,
Okay.
absolutely. So,
Thank you.
Is there any other comments from the public? Third last call, any comments from the public? I'm going to close the public hearing. And committee, any recommendations or comments?
Well, I have a question about this Kraus Masonry blueprint we've got here. So are you planning on coming forward with the garage so that it butts up next to the front part of the house?
No.
No.
If anything, we're gonna go deeper with the garage. We're also in the midst of doing an addition on the house. The family's growing, so that's why we're looking for as much space. as
Oh.
we can. And the Kraus masonry plan, that's all, they're made aware that there's a variance, that we're working through these steps, so that's all kind of rough drawing. It was just so they could give me a rough bid on what it would be.
Sure.
Any comments, Mr. Emma? Good. I'm going to make a motion to approve the variance.
I'll second.
Motion by Gesme, second by Johnson. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
that's what it comes in.
We move this forward to the council.
Thank you.
So as of right now, you're approved unless the council really has an issue with it. I think
That's great.
it's
Thank
moving
you.
in the right direction.
Perfect. I really appreciate it.
And you're welcome to stay for the whole meeting if you want. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is a public hearing for variance for Mr. Ed Reimer down at the Cannon Mall, wanting to sell use of his property. Zach, can you give us a little outline of that before I open the hearing?
Yeah, for sure. So the owner of the Cannon Falls Mall is seeking variances to the lot requirements located in the B2 zone. The applicant is hoping to split off and sell a 44,000 square foot portion of land in the northwest corner of the mall property. Currently, there's a 10 by 10 structure that houses telecommunication utilities, and it will be sold to TerraPac Digital Assets. In your packet, there's a proposed easement that would allow access to the property. But the lot that he's trying to make would require 3 variances. The first would be a 15,534 square foot reduction to the minimum lot area, a 20-foot front yard setback, and a 5-foot side yard setback. I know in the past, the city has split off and allowed parcels to be sold in the mall parking lot that don't conform to B2 codes such as the car wash, but it's a little history with that. We'll take any questions.
And picket fence is also kind of the same. The building right next to car wash is kind of the same.
Exactly, yep.
Okay, so that being said, I'm going to open the public hearing for this request. Is there any input from the audience? Second call? Third call? I'll close the public hearing. Commission? I'm going to ask right off the bat, and if he sells that, he is responsible to pay the assessments due on that piece, correct, Neil?
Correct.
So the assessments will be paid with the sale of that property.
They'll be prorated, there's on that 2-acre piece out there, it'll be prorated to that 4,400 square feet.
And he has agreed to whatever that figure is.
Correct.
And he's selling that to the actual people that are leasing it or renting it now, correct? Or is that changing
Yeah, so the people who are leasing it now are hoping to buy it.
to buy?
Yep,
Just kind of continue as,
as is, yeah, they bring it to.
I was gonna say, I see no problem with doing this. I know we've talked about this little dinky lot before. It's never gonna be anything but communication stability.
I think a lot of the hang-up previous was making sure that the assessments would be paid that are due, right? Yeah. Jesse?
I guess, I don't really see a problem with it either. What happens in the future when and if, right, that system goes away, right? If they stop running, is it just a tiny piece of useless property?
Well, there are communications through there.
Right, but things,
As
like-
a whole.
yeah, like if they stop running that stuff through there. Yeah. Yep.
That's an interesting point.
I mean, they'll still own it, they'll still pay on it or whatever, but.
It would essentially, I guess, yeah, be, you can build anything on there.
Right, yep, okay. Yep. Doesn't meet any criteria for much of anything else.
Right.
Yep.
Any other comments?
And I would move that we recommend this variance for approval from the council.
I'll second it.
Moved by Johnson, second by Emma to approve this variance request and move it on to the city council. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The only other thing now is Mr. Drew Hottie. He owns he purchased the northernmost house on 72nd. In that, preliminarily, or way back when, it was going to be a cul-de-sac. So what Drew is asking is for a vacation of the city right away to pretty much just square his lot on, which I think is a good move. He's here just to get the feeling for everybody else how they feel about it, to square that lot off. We told him he's going to have to apply for the vacation of that and be responsible for the application fee and also to have it surveyed. Once that's done, he can come back to this commission first and get that approved and then move it on to the city council. I had spoken to Drew previously, and I think it's a pretty good deal to get rid of that curb and square everything off. And like I said, someday when if he ever decides to sell it and market it, it's going to be one big square lot, not that move in the front.
It's pretty interesting.
I don't think we have to make any motions or recommendations, just have Drew to start the process.
Well, I mean, I certainly don't object at all. Does anybody else on the planning commission see any reason why we wouldn't approve that when it comes before us officially.
Can't think of a reason.
I think that's what you were asking us, is
Yeah.
how all
We
of us
just,
felt.
we just can't vote on anything about it tonight
Yeah.
until you get the official paper.
Yeah.
I did
I
talk
think
to,
it's a general consensus that we're be okay with
Yeah,
that.
it's a common sense.
just an FYI, I did talk to our engineer and he didn't see that there would be any issues at all straightening that line out. So he's concurring with you guys.
Get this filled out, get a survey done, and come back.
Yep.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, just talk to Zach. Or get it moving as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Does anyone else have anything else to bring forward? Woody? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
Okay.
Did you make?
I did, yep.
Second, I
Yep.
thought I heard something.
Oh, motion by Fox, second by Emma to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.